Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently I watched In My Dreams, which was a Hallmark movie presentation, and the whole movie centers on this myth about a fountain in which when you toss in a coin that you will see the love of your life for 7 days. And I've been having dreams myself, so I was kind of wondering if this was true. So I've been writing about the dreams I've been having about who I think will become my significant other. Fingers crossed, but hopefully I'm not delusional. I'm praying that I'm not, and that my imagination isn't compensating. But I'd like to think that dreams are the seeds of reality, like Edgar Cayce said. I really like this movie, even though at the end of it I was bawling like a little baby. And I get overcome very easily, so it's one of those things. I give the movie 2 thumbs up and 5 stars, hands down. And I absolutely loved it. I didn't know any of the actors or actresses, and it was a great film. And the character in the kitchen, Mario, he reminded me of my ex, who still has a thing for me. I've got this ex in Italy, in Rome, he's a bodybuilder. How that happened, I will never know. But he still has this thing for me, and he's got this thing about muscular women. I am by no means. I mean, yeah, I got a bicep, but I am not muscular. Yeah, well, to each their own. I don't hold it against him, but he actually reminded me of, of course, Fidel. His name's Fidel. I've got, let's see, Marco. That's another guy that happens to have a thing for me in Italy. Then I've got a guy named Sergio. Sergio has a thing for me. Sergio is old enough to be my father. I mean, he's really a sweetheart, but he's in the theater, and he's a thespian, and he says, every time I see you, I can't help myself. I think, oh, why, God, why? Why can't I have my man from Jordan? I mean, okay, I'm going to confess right now. And I hope this doesn't jinx me, but there's a guy from Jordan that I've been talking to for a while, and he's been the best thing that's ever happened to me, even though he's in Jordan. He's considerate, he's kind, he's romantic. He's got this mellifluous voice that is just absolutely to die for. I mean, it's like music. I'm serious. I know this sounds like I'm being really crazy, but it's not. I mean, he's just got this voice, and he's just so serene, and he makes me feel calm and placid, and I feel comfortable with him. And every time I talk to him, I blush. I can't help it, because he says such things like, you are a princess, you deserve to be treated like royalty. Every man who sees you falls for you. And then he says, you are a queen, and you could compel a king. I thought, you are flattering me, Aziz, but I mean, I shouldn't say this, but I actually like him flattering me. Oh my goodness, I'm blushing again. I can't help it. There's something about him. He's very sensual and spiritual, and he's got the size of the universe, and it's hard. I promised myself I wouldn't cry today. I already did some crying yesterday, but it's hard that he's far away. And he once said to me, if I can imitate him, you must help me get visa. And I thought, well, I would love to help you get a visa, but sees you know I'm poor. And he says, he's probably the first man in a long time. I'm sorry. He said he wanted to marry me. No one's, well, there was one other, but he kind of patronized me. He treated me like I was some kind of trophy, and it was very difficult because he was very controlling, and you know, I learned a lot from him. He taught me quite a bit. He was the only real jerk I dated, and I forgive him. I'm hoping that he has a happy life. I hope that he's found a good wife for his son. I don't, it's odd, but I don't really wish him ill. I can't, because he taught me so much. How could I? But Aziz, he's all the way in Jordan, and here I am. And he's probably the first person in a long time that I felt this way for. And there's so much about him that is just absolutely beautiful. He's got the biggest heart, and he's truly an incredible person. He makes me feel wanted. He makes me feel loved. He makes me feel like I have purpose in this world. And it's, of course, when I'm talking to him, he'll say, "Oh, don't cry. Your tears, spare your tears." And, well, I wish I could, but I'm an emotional person. I'm a water sign. What do you expect? It's just part of my nature, and that's one part that sometimes I wish I could turn off. And actually wanted to get some stuff off my chest, but yesterday was Mother's Day, and for me it's a very challenging and difficult day because my mother's been dead for 6 years, and I know when I say that it sounds really brusque and brash and cool and cold, calculating, uncaring, sterile. I'm not trying to be. I'm honest. She's been dead for 6 years, and I really love my mother, and she was the closest thing that I had to a sister. She and I were very close. We even had a telepathic bond, and a lot of people look at me and say, "Oh, you're absolutely off your rocker." No, we really did. I could read my mom's mind. I could tell what she wanted. I could sense her feelings, and when she started declining, our bond, it was severed, and I couldn't tell what she needed and what she wanted, and for me that was the most devastating thing. I mean, for an empath, I can't describe it in words. My vocabulary fails me, but yesterday it was hard, and I was having a great day. My day started out pretty good, and there was this guy in my aisle, and he said I could go to Kroger and they could check me out faster than this. And I thought, you stupid. But I didn't really say anything out loud. I wanted to say, "Shut up, you bastard," and get the fuck out of my line, but I didn't. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't, but I only say that word when I get really angry. And it's not a very ladylike thing to say, but I wanted to say that to him. I'm like, I wanted to flip him off and throttle him, but I didn't. I said, "Sir, I'm going as fast." Usual smile. "Sir, I'm going as fast as I can. Please bear with me." And he was a dimwad, but helped him, and then that was the first thing that kind of set me off a little bit. And then there was this woman. This was the one that just set me over the edge, because I was already kind of emotionally unstable. I mean, it's hard for me. I'm trying the best I can, and I'm going as fast as I can, and I was just under stress, and then all the stress just finally imploded. What happened is there was this lady, she had little flower pots that are shaped like flowers, and she said, and I was going to put them in the plastic bags, and she said, oh no, just give me that, I'm going to put that in my basket, and you're just going to chip them. And I'm like, yeah. And then I went, I'm so sorry. No, I was just, I literally broke down at that point in time. Like, and, you know, I'm crying, and I thought, oh my God. I was just absolutely chagrined beyond all belief. I was just so mortified, but I could not help it. I mean, I thought, you stupid bitch. I mean, I wanted to say, I'm like, you know, screw you, you little. I'm trying to help you out. Either you can accept my help, or get the fuck out of my store. Sorry, I'm just, you know, I don't mean to say that word again, but it's like, that's the only time I would actually say the F word. But it was just, one of those things that she just was not very kind to me, and the rest of the time I was just crying about my mother, and that was the first part of my day, and I made a whole bunch of mistakes, and I was in a hurry, and I got to get you something, and you know, and I couldn't find something, and I was like, shit, and you know, I had to get, it was just, my first part of the day was just absolutely horrible, and I'm sorry I had to air all that out, as I usually don't swear because I'm a lady, but I really wanted to curse yesterday. I mean, badly, because I was pretty PO'd. But I'm glad the day is over and I can move forward, because that's all that matters. So, that's all I have to say.